and welcome in. I'm going to go ahead and make our first ever batch of Parrot chop for Baby. And Baby is the bird's actual name, not my choice. She's had the name for over 30 years. I'm not changing it. I am new to this process as well, but I've watched a bunch of videos. Most of them take for freaking ever, honestly, and include a lot of the prep. I did all the prep. We're just gonna go right in and get started. So what I have here to start out is this is just some hydrated seeds. This is flax seed, hemp seed, and chia seed. And I just put a minimal amount of water just to hydrate them a little bit. And I'm gonna make a mess doing this. I just know it, but that's fine. That's why I wear a glove, and that's why my table is easily cleaned. Anywho, so we're gonna do that, and then let me actually get you a little bit more light. Maybe. I don't know. Well, hopefully that helps. So there's our hydrated hemp, flax, and chia seeds. This is going to be next. This is some cooked and drained beans. And I do have everything bagged because once again, I did all the prep already. So we're just going to go in, and I'm just kind of eyeballing because this is our first time and she is new to most of these foods, honestly. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to make part of it into Parrot chop, and we're going to make part of it into crackers for her. So then we've got some wild rice. Once again, pre-cooked, but pretty drained. All right. And then we've got some lentils. Right thing on there. Yeah, good. Okay. Again, cooked, drained. I think she'll like those more because they're sweeter, just naturally. I did not put any seasoning in any of the vegetables or beans or anything that you're seeing go in this because we don't want to have a bunch of salt and stuff. And she is, sorry, my dog is trying to get in the middle of things. She is not a fan of pepper like most birds. So I'm gonna go in with some sweet potato. I do apologize about the sound of the bag, but hopefully it's not too loud. Now the next thing we're gonna do, so we're gonna go in. Now I have a juicer, and so we're gonna be using the pulp from the juicer. But if you don't have a juicer, don't go out and buy one. Most people that make chop will just use the like a food processor or a blender, or if you really are dedicated, they're hand chopping it, but you want to make it pretty fine, so a food processor is usually easier. And you can just use the food processor and put everything in there, chop it up really fine. The idea is that you want basically all of the ingredients to be so finely chopped that they can't pick out the stuff that they don't like. They're going to get all the vitamins and nutrients that they need. Now, this is apple. So I'm going to put a lot of apple in there because she likes apple. I'm going to help her eat it. I'm not going to put all of that in there, though, because it'll be too much fruit. Now, I'm also going to put in a little bit of ginger. We're Now we're going to go in with our greens. So in this bag, I have cucumber and zucchini pulp. Again, this is all from a juicer. You do not have to use pulp from a juicer, but it's what I have. So we're going in with all of that. And all of these leftovers we're going to be using in our crackers. Okay, so and then in this one we have kale and spinach pulp. It's ripe, of course. Not her favorite thing, but very, very, very good for her. Now, before I mix it all together, take this glove off so I can get to this. We are going to put in some dry seeds as well. Why are both of these there? This one's bigger. Just gonna unscrew it. That'll be easier. We're not gonna be shy with it. Step, and I wish I had a bigger container, but I don't. The next step is to mix it all together as best as possible. So what I have is a second bowl, and I'm going to be mixing things together and probably making a giant mess, but this is what we're doing. If you have a big stock pot or something like that, that would honestly work a heck of a lot better than doing it this way. But we're gonna do this. All right. I think that's pretty well mixed. Of course, I did make quite a mess. So give me just a second. We will take the gloves off for just a moment. I don't even know how long I've been going, but really and truly, the prep is the hardest part. And what I'm going to do with this is actually put it in bags, very thin layers. I'm going to separate it out so that you can take out, a portion like so. That's but this is a great way to get a variety of grains and fresh vegetables and maybe some fruit. I just threw the apple in there. Um, all in their diet all at once and then just let them have at it. I'm going So look at baby's first Parrot chop. Keep it in mind that she does get more greens and seed in her pellets on a daily, as well as this. I'm expecting this bowl to last us probably about 6 months for one parrot.